Let me tell you about visualizing the wrong way. My grandmother was a saint. She truly was. She was one of the most wonderful people I ever knew. She believed in God, and she was in her high school play. And her line called for her to say, "The ass stuck his head out the window and brayed." Well, there wasn't no way Grandma Turk was going to say the ass stuck his head out the window and brayed. And she said, "Can I say donkey?" And they says, "Yes, you can say donkey." So she practiced this. The donkey stuck his head out the window and brayed. The donkey stuck his head out the window and brayed. The donkey stuck his head out the window and brayed. The donkey stuck his head out the window and brayed. And that's just like reading a positive book. You're dealing it in the conscious mind only. The night of the play, Grandma stood up there and said, "The donkey stuck his ass out the window and brayed." What was her subconscious locked in on? Exactly what she didn't want. So I ask you this morning, and you're the cream of the crop. Anybody comes out on a Saturday morning, plunks their money down, and shows up here, you have my total respect. I am very serious about that. But what are you visualizing? Seriously, what are you visualizing inside, in your subconscious? We talked about REM sleep, right? And it's in the subconscious. There is only one more way to access the subconscious. Only one. It's not meditation. It's not yoga. It's not positive thinking. It's not positive affirmations. The only way to access your subconscious is through hypnosis. Hypnosis is the bridge to the subconscious mind. Inga has an incredible practice, fertility practice. And women come in to her and say, "I'm trying to get pregnant." And Inga will say, "That's exactly why you aren't. You are trying to get pregnant." You see, you have to let yourself go into your intuitive self. Some gentleman here this morning, at least I presume he was a gentleman, that's in sales. I don't remember who I was visiting with. And I says, "How long have you been selling?" Who was that person anyway? Was it you, Don? And somebody said, nobody will admit to it. Who are you, Fred? Yeah, selling 20 years, 25 years. What can I teach him about selling? Nothing. But the thing is, what about enabling us to sell? To get past the fear of making sales calls. Let me say one thing to you that is just an aside. When you go to make a sales call, very rarely will the person you're calling on pull out a Glock 40 caliber and shoot you. It may happen once in a while, but the odds are in your favor that it's not going to happen. So you read the positive books, you've went to these things, you've done this, done that, but you see you reverted to your previous behavior. And so when you revert to that behavior, nothing has changed. Hypnosis goes back into the late 1700s. The guy who invented the stethoscope, the doctor, did some 3,000 surgeries with no anesthesia. And I'm not talking little surgeries. Suprapubic prostatectomies. That has every guy in this room cringing. No anesthesia. And so what we're dealing with is something different from psychology and psychiatry. They keep revisiting it over and over and over, and a year goes by, and 2 years goes by, and they say, Well, how are you feeling about that? I'm feeling the same way I did 2 years ago. And so by continually revisiting it, you accent the negative. We don't do too many frontal lobotomies in this country anymore, at least surgical ones, but a psychiatrist, he does frontal lobotomies every day, many times, with drugs. The problems are still there, but people don't much care. So when we get into hypnosis, we call it the brief therapy. Someone wants to stop smoking, that'll take maybe a week, 8, 9 days. Someone wants to lose 200 pounds, that'll take longer. Somebody wants to be better in golf or sales, a matter of a month or 2 or 3. This is considered the brief therapy. But you see, what we're doing with this is we're just not working on somebody's presenting problem. We want to enable you to not only fix whatever's broke, but to be able to fix whatever's going to break in the future. When I lost my weight, I went to a hypnotherapist for 6 months. Then after that, there were so many things I didn't like the way I did my life, I went and visited one for another 1.5 years. Can I be sharper here? Can I be a little bit better there? How can I do this that makes it really work? Everything inside you to make this change is already there.